I'm Ryan Van from SportBikeTrackYou.com, and today we're going to do a premium motorcycle helmet video comparison. Every helmet we're going to talk about today, I have ridden in personally, with the exception of one, which is the Schuberth SR1. I've ridden all of these a ton, street and track. I own them. I have over 50 helmets. I love comparing features, benefits, performance, quality, all those things. We work hard to try and get you all the information possible to choose your next helmet accurately. This one, I was able to take on an extensive street ride, so I've learned enough about it to talk about it, right? Hadn't had it on the racetrack like all the rest, but still I feel I know enough about it to include it in this because it is truly a premium helmet. The constant in this is me. I have an intermediate oval head form. All these helmets fit me great. I measure 58 centimeters. I chose a medium in every one of these. I was happy with the fit from top to bottom. They all worked well for me. That being said, my staff is the best when it comes to help recommend your next helmet size, even if it's a helmet you haven't worn before. What they're going to need from you is just a little bit of information. One, what brand do you have now? What model is it? How does it fit? Two, if you can take a minute and just measure the circumference, that is a huge help. If you have an idea of your head shape, include that too. Call them, email them. We have over a 96% success rate helping our customers choose the right size helmet, the ones that call or email. Take advantage of that. If in fact you get your helmet, whether you've ordered it online without talking to anyone or whatever the case may be, and it doesn't fit, we have very liberal exchange policies here, very liberal, okay? No restocking fees, we're not going to do that to you. We need you to do one simple thing, keep it in as new condition. You can't ride it. When you're riding it, sorry, unless it's defective, it's yours, you own it. What we encourage folks to do is leave the film on the shield, right? Try to leave the tags and such attached. Keep the box intact inside the house. Put the helmet on and wear it for a bit. And make sure you don't have any hot spots, nothing's weird, your field of vision's good. And then from there, you're going to know whether it's good or not. Every helmet, before I take it and ride in it, I wear it, God, at my desk probably 15, 20 minutes and work. And then I have a good idea of how well it fits. Use that, take advantage of that. Remember, you can have it on for a while. If it doesn't work, get a hold of us, we're going to help you out. Let's jump right into this now and introduce each one of the models in this comparison. Schuberth SR1 helmet sells for $899. In size medium, weight 3.25 pounds. It is both DOT and ECE 2205 certified. Shoei X12, size medium, 3.75 pounds on our digital shipping scale. Snell 2010 and DOT certified, sells for about $755. Arai Corsair V helmet, size medium, 3.4 pounds on the scale. Snell 2010 and DOT certified, about $827 for graphics. Bellstar helmet, Snell 2010, DOT, about $649 for a carbon, about $599 for a standard graphic. Weight on this in the medium, about 3.4 pounds. Shark Race R Pro helmet, about 3.4 pounds in a size medium. DOT and ECE certified, about $749. And we'll clean it up with the Schuberth S2 helmet, about 3.5 pounds in a size medium, ECE and DOT certified, sells for about $699. We're going to break this down now into different segments, fit, ventilation, things like that. So stay with me if you can. Fit. Every one of these I felt had a pretty darn neutral head shape. They all worked well for me. I didn't have any issue with any of them. Two little things I'll point out. One, I felt the Shark was a little rounder, a little wider in the center. It wasn't bad, like I didn't want to ride it, it just felt a little different. A little wider, still felt good, worked good, no buffeting wasn't moving around on me. The Arai Corsair V, a little shorter front to back. You know, if you know you're long in the face, your face is going to be, your chin is going to be really close to that chin bar. So just take note of that. That's really all that stood out. I think each one of these, they've got the head form pretty dialed. They're very forgiving intermediate oval, which covers the majority of folks, especially in North America. Ventilation, that's always the top topic, ventilation. We're gonna go best to worst. Please understand that in this category, the worst is still really good, okay? The clear winner, air conditioner bolted right to the top of your head. This is the Bellstar helmet. It moves a metric ton of air. Next up, and there is a fair spread between these two. This is still really, really good, but there is a spread. This one's the clear winner, the Arai Corsair V. Definitely moves a good amount of air. From the Corsair V, we're going to step down another solid notch to the SR1. This helmet does move a good amount of air, not as much as the first two. From here, you can throw a blanket over the other three. They're racing that close. X12, Racer Pro, and yes, the S2. This thing moves a lot more air than you would expect it to because it doesn't have a complicated ventilation scheme. This one's going to take us right into the next segment, noise. The quietest helmet is the S2, and that's really what I expected to see. The reason is no diffusers out here in the wind, really nothing hanging out in the wind, and Schuberth has this really cool ultra quiet wind tunnel they test and develop these helmets in. So this thing is crazy quiet and it still moves a good amount of air. I'm not quite sure how they got it to do all that. It probably has something to do with that wind tunnel, but this has the best balance of all these helmets in the noise / ventilation. You know, does both really well. The next quietest, be no surprise here, going to be the SR1. This helmet has a very unique feature on the topic of noise. It has a vent here that's right over your ear. Michael Schumacher helped them develop this helmet. He felt that in the stages of development, it was too quiet. When he was racing motorcycles, he couldn't hear the competition. He wanted it noisier. A rider asked for a noisier helmet. That's an odd request. They accommodated that by literally putting a switch on or off. It lets more noise in or it seals it off. Very simple. Never seen it before. It's interesting. I tested it. It works. X11, great balance of ventilation and quietness, and very impressive balance of those two. Kind of a lot like I saw there with the S2, not on the same level, but pretty close. This is also a quiet helmet, surprisingly so, for having so many pieces hanging out in the wind. It was still really quiet. We're going to get into our two big ventilation helmets, right? The more they vent, the more noise they make. Bellstar, definitely, it makes some noise. I found it totally tolerable, nothing that I didn't expect with all this ventilation, but it is noisier than the rest. The unequivocal winner in the noise category for sure is the Arai Corsair V. Anyone who's ever had a high-end Arai helmet knows these things make a little bit of noise. I put earplugs in. I've ridden all these with and without earplugs. I put plugs in with this helmet and ride around. I got to tell you, it's not a distraction for me. I wouldn't throw it out of bed because it was a little bit noisy. Put the plugs in, you're good to go. This is a great helmet. Still the noisiest of the bunch. Field of vision. That is an area of development every helmet has really been working on, especially the premiums for the last 3-4 years. They've all done it well now. There's not one of these helmets I rode in and went, man, that's really tight here at the brow, or, you know, this in the periphery, it's restricting. They all killed it. They were all good there. So I'm going to put them all on the same level playing field there. In the field of vision category, one thing that's a little bit different, this is the only helmet of the bunch that had a drop-down screen. Yes, I was riding around on the racetrack in a helmet with a drop-down screen, and I really liked it. It did a good job. So, field of vision, that's the one difference. Stability. Every one of these helmets is stable. I didn't get to ride on this one at the racetrack, but I anticipate, you know, giving its adjustable aero wing, okay? And what I learned riding on the freeway, I did get up to triple-digit speeds. I anticipate that this is going to be extremely stable, perhaps even the most stable of the bunch. The Arai also has an adjustable stability wing here in the back, right? These two very stable. The Shark, very stable. Out of the bunch, this is the least stable. And I think by design, you know, I didn't expect it to be the most stable. It was still good enough on the track. This helmet wasn't really developed for for big dog, you know, Grattan raceway, straightaway speeds where you're coming out of that bubble and you have that exchange area right there from behind the bubble and out of it. It wasn't horrible. I mean, it still worked really, really well. Just not on the same level as the other guys. But remember, it wasn't developed for that. You know, this is a helmet I included in this comparison because I just really liked it a lot. And I think it's a great all-around helmet. Let's talk about quality. Every one of these is a quality product. Good fit finish. In the fit finish category, I'm going to give the ups to Shoei. I mean, man, while all the others are good, these guys here, the way they line up a graphic and just the way everything fits and the vents move and all that stuff, boy, they just drive it home, no doubt. A little unfair here to Schubert because they don't have a graphic, you know, that we're really working with, so I'm almost excluding them. Their fit and finish is all fine. Everything feels great when you touch it. That's the big dog. Replacement parts for me is a big thing with quality as well. Big thing. The two best at having replacement backup parts is these two. Every once in a while we see a dark smoke shield go out of stock, but I'm talking about replacement hinges, that kind of stuff, if you happen to need them, because it happens from time to time. These guys always have great backups. Sometimes awry, we'll see the stuff go in and out of stock a little bit, and you might have to wait for a side pod or something if you need a certain graphic. We've seen that. Not a huge deal, but it happens. Shark's a little more obscure. They're working on getting a better stock in here, but out of all the helmets here, you know, they're probably the weakest in that department now. Schubert, very committed to customer service, very committed, and they're doing a great job what we can see so far. They're not at the volumes these other guys are, but they're doing a great job and they're committed to their customers, without a doubt. God, you know, I don't know that I want to pick a winner, but I want to talk about value, because that's a big part of what I do here is work hard to find the products that I think deliver the big time value. If I had to, out of all these helmets here, say which helmet delivers the best value, I got to give it to this one. I mean, I have to, because it's the most affordable of the lot. It performed very well in every single category. There's not one thing I didn't like about this helmet. I've owned this helmet as long as I've owned these two here. And if you look at this, all kinds of chips and stuff on it. I've ridden this one a whole lot. I don't know that I use a word like it's my favorite, but you know, take away from this what you will, all the marks. I've ridden this one a lot, chosen to. I like all these helmets, but value-wise, because of the price point, I don't know. I mean, if you're looking for the deal, you know, the best value for every dollar spent, I got to give it to Bell and the Star. I have to. That being said, there's some of us out there, it's all about features and benefits, and money is not an obstacle. And if you're in that group, God bless you. That's a great place to be, I guess. Any one of these helmets, use as a guide your feature and benefit list, right? If there's something about the awry that makes the most sense in your mind, yeah, it's spendy, buy it. If you're driven and motivated by all the technology in this SR1, buy it. You're going to love it. It's a great helmet. There's no doubt about it. But on a value scale, here, let's tie this up with interior. That's another, I'm going to call the interior thing kind of a moot point. They all have a nice moisture wicking material. They all fit well and feel very comfortable. A standout there is Bell uses this, and I hope I pronounce this right, this Asian fabric or something, and it's like crazy soft. It's pretty neat, and it still wicks the moisture well. Still all do a great job. That's just a pretty neat fabric that is in here. I hope this video helps you out. I hope it helps you choose your next premium helmet. I am the one that answers the overwhelming majority of the questions and comments put on our YouTube channel. If you have a specific question that you don't think I really hit here good enough, and that's possible, it's a lot of information, just post a comment there. I'm the guy that's going to answer it for you, and you're going to get a first-hand perspective. Beyond that, remember, all my people here, they've all tried all these helmets on, benchmarked them against each other. They've all ridden a ton and a lot of different helmets. We move a lot of stuff around here. Call them, email them, they're the best, I promise. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Brian Van, sportbiketracker.com. This is our premium motorcycle helmet video comparison 2012 and 13.